Oh, that's some of the funniest shit I ever heard. Ace.
Well, what happened?
Well, here we still are in this deal, this whole deal.
Well, it's pretty big.
It's big.
It's a big deal. Now, of course, I'm following doctor's orders.
Hmm.
I'm doing the best I can.
Oh, of course. I forgot about that.
I'm more now. I have got a two-phase thing that I'm using now. Not only
Tuesday.
that Chinese pill popping machine to ward off the Chinese virus.
Oh, jeez. Hey, aren't you worried about if you make fun of the virus? Aren't you worried about offending people?
Defending them.
Offending them. Offending them.
Oh, for offending them. I'm not meaning to offend it. I'm helping. I mean, god dang, I'm like a PBS. I'm giving public whatever announcements to help people.
Oh, okay.
Shit.
Well, okay. I'm with folks, we will get through another show one way or the other.
Well, listen, I'm trying to help people get through this.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Ace.
I would probably be called, I'm actually considered a first responder.
Oh, a first responder.
And I've got there's some exciting stuff that I want to reveal to you.
Please, do tell.
I have developed they say that the big danger is not only somebody hacking shit up on you from coughing and sneezing.
Mm.
It's also from touching surface.
Oh.
You touch the surface, and then it's your eyes, your nose, and your mouth. If you touch a surface.
Well, you are kind of a public servant here, public service person.
Well, I really am. I'm doing things that no one else. I mean, I'm trying to help. I'm doing my civic duty.
Well, and who could do more than that?
Well, that's what I say. So I've come up with something here that I want to.
What'd you come up with?
Well, I'm like GM. I'm trying to develop stuff to help, make respirators. Okay. I have got these.
What the heck are those? Oh, they're gloves. They're like
no.
Oh.
They're not your average glove.
Okay.
This surface right here is covered with sandpaper.
Sandpaper.
Sandpaper. So if you touch something, you go over the store, you touch something, and then you come home and you got your gloves on, you've touched something, and, my eye itches. Oh, fuck. You scratch your eye out with these things. All right, my nose itches. Oh, your nose would probably start bleeding if you touched it.
Well, I know.
And dare say, try to wipe your ass.
I guess so. So, okay. So that's just like if you start to slip up there, there's a warning, not only, I mean, that's like the final warning, right?
It's kind of a reminder. Hey, don't wipe your ass. Don't touch your eyes. Don't touch your nose. And don't touch your mouth.
And you just wear those all the time and you're good.
All the time.
Yeah. Well, that is public service right there, brother. That is the definition of public service.
So if somebody's got a problem thinking that I'm not doing my part on this this damn corona thing, I am.
Yeah, I know it. You are. And I appreciate that. And I think humanity appreciates it when you think about it. You probably, with that public service announcement, hopefully those people who are watching will know that they need sandpaper gloves. They'll know it.
They should know that.
Yeah.
Because if you're old and you get old and you get a little forgetful, well, shit, scrap your ass with that and see if that don't remind you. That'll wake you right up. Just bring back the memories.
That's great, Ace.
But I'm really going to do this. I'm doing this, and I try not to talk to people, and I've got my BB gun over here. If anybody comes on my front yard to try to get my pork and beans, I'm shooting them. I'm not trying to hurt them. I'm just trying to warn them off.
Okay. Shoot them with the BB gun.
It's just a little BB gun.
Yeah.
It's a daisy pump.
Now, where'd you get a daisy pump?
I've had it for a long time, but it's the kind that pumps like this. Now, let me tell you.
Pumps like what? I can't.
It pumps like this. It's a pump action.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are good.
So you don't want to pump it down and stick your finger in there and then pull the trigger, which we used to do.
No, I've done that. It's or get just part of your finger in there and it just nips off a nip of it.
It will hurt.
It hurts.
It does hurt.
Yeah.
Sometimes as bad as a BB shot.
Yeah, I guess so. So I don't know, Ace. I did a deal the other day at this wholesale store. I won't name the brand. And we ordered up some stuff and for them to pack up and had it delivered.
Had it delivered.
Well,
ain't that the shit?
Well, a person that picks it up for us tells us a story that the lady that was packing this cart thing with it was complaining that she was feeling sick, and then that the manager there said something like to the effect of, well, why are you not quarantining?
Why are you not quarantining?
And the person said, well, I am quarantining. I'm living with my boyfriend now.
Well, that's typical.
Yeah. So I'm thinking there's some kind of jungle or not jungle, but what do you call a slang library or something that quarantine means something different.
It's where you're at, because usually if you look at the family trees up in that area, it looks like a telephone post.
Oh God, I think you're right.
But you get a lot of people that had a hard time in the fourth grade. All 7 years of their life was in the fourth grade, and they had a real bad go of it.
They had a bad go.
And God bless them, and I hope the best for them and want to help them all I can.
Well, yeah. Again, the public service announcement. Oh, so what else has been going on down there?
It's terrible.
Oh no. What happened now?
Well, they've quarantined the whole fucking state.
Oh, good Lord.
And people are cheating. And let me tell you, it pisses me off.
Well, yeah, they would.
Here I am under the shelter order. And let me tell you, it has not been easy.
No. Well, it's different. It's kind of like if they let out information who had this, and then they had little trackers on them, so you could see where they'd been. That's a good idea.
Rednecks up here would shoot them.
Well,
if they had some little tracker system on them and they had a little red dot that would show up, these rednecks up here would just shoot everybody with the red dot. These guys, now I'm telling you the truth. Now what happened? I'm in Oklahoma, but down in Texas, they shut down the gun stores.
The gun stores.
they had a rush on guns and ammunition, just like they had a rush on toilet paper.
Oh, shit. So
I'm not
everybody had a case of toilet paper and a rifle.
and an
Check it out.
AR-15.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, okay, I'm ready to hunker down and fight this out. A case of toilet paper, an AR-15, and a couple rounds, a clip.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, that's how it is.
I guess so. I
Uh,
don't know.
that's the panic that people are in.
They're in a panic.
And now, it may look, maybe I'm going a little too far.
It's very possible.
But I'm doing my part.
You're doing your part. Well, I think that's
The
I
only problem with this thing,
did.
it's hard to light a lighter with them effing sandpaper gloves.
So you have to kind of violate your public service for, well, medicine. This is that, what were we talking about? This is that kind of a doctor's prescription, as I understand it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's not only that. I'm a test subject.
Oh, that's right. So how's that test going so far?
Well, shit, I'm having trouble remembering.
Really?
It seems like maybe the short-term memory thing, maybe there's something to that.
It could be. Well,
yeah.
Damn.
I just wonder.
Oh, God, I swear. So, I don't know. I was thinking about, I was making a joke about the tracking thing because I figured back there, right?
Yeah, back there.
There'd be villagers carrying torches and pitchforks and guns and shit walking down the street.
Oh my God! If they thought that you had the corona in this town, first they would paint a big red A on your house.
Oh, shit.
No, they paint a big red C on your house.
Okay, even better, right? They'd have people out with like a big spray can.
Yeah, and then they would circle the house with that yellow police tape, and you would be shunned. And now that would be the easy part. Now wait till you got the fucking corona vigilantes come walking down the street.
Oh, jeez.
They'll burn you out.
Good God, you know what? That's probably right.
I'm telling you.
Crazy shit, isn't it?
Well, that's what it's happened in the past.
Mm. That it has. I'm telling you.
If history is due to repeat itself.
Well, you know what? From a philosophical standpoint, I think you may be exactly correct. Well, what are you going to do?
Well, I'm going to shoot everybody with a BB gun and try to steal my pork and beans, first of all.
I guess so.
And then I'm going to attack them with my gloves. Scratch the shit out of them.
Scratch their eyes out. Hey, so what's old General Sterling Price doing during this?
That lazy son of a bitch is over there asleep in the chair. I think he's got the corona.
Oh shit! The cat corona.
Yeah, kitty corona.
That's some funny shit, right?
He had a lot of stuff. He had
kitty corona.
Yeah.
Where do you come up with this shit?
My poor cat's got kitty corona. What do I do? Well, you're gonna have to quarantine the cat. Oh fuck! I don't have enough toilet paper. He's got contagious projectile diarrhea. It's everywhere. People are flipping out. Why? Maybe we've already talked about this, but why are you buying toilet paper when you're supposed to quarantine? I mean, I think I'd buy me a Swanson's TV dinner. It would do me a lot better than a roll of toilet paper.
Yeah. No, I'm with you 100%. Yeah,
I understand.
Well, yeah, TV dinner would work. I mean, there are other options when the toilet paper runs out. Hey, you might think about a public service about that with the options out there for instead of toilet paper. You could probably name a few.
My plate is pretty full right now. My plate is pretty full. I'm doing a lot around here for this community and for the United States. I had Boeing calling me, and they were wanting
Who's calling you? Oh, Boeing.
Boeing.
Yeah, the airplane company people.
They've been trying to recruit me for 25 years.
Oh, that's right. You told me about that.
Yes, I did get a letter from them, and several letters from them.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I just hold out for more. Get your conditions right, I guess.
I'm waiting for a golden parachute.
Yeah. Hey, I would too.
I'm not getting a golden. Most people don't get a golden parachute. They get a friggin' turkey or something. Golden turkey.
A turkey and a watch.
If they're lucky, maybe a turkey and a little office party.
Yeah, an office party would be cool.
A turkey and an office party. Yeah. Somebody bring in the cupcakes. He's been here 20 years, 25 years. Let's bring in some fucking cupcakes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I don't know, Ace.
Well, what I got to say to you is toughen up, soldier.
Perk up there a bit. Stand up straight.
It's going to get tough out there. You're just going to have to be tougher. Now, if the corona's coming, it's a coming.
It's a coming. There ain't shit you're going to do about it.
I'm going to fight it.
You are?
I'm going to fight it with every damn what?
He's already started.
I'm going to fight it with everything I got.
Oh, I think that's a good idea.
And I'm not, and seriously, I'm not. I'm one of them high candidates. What do they call them?
A high, definitely a high candidate. You're a candidate and you're high.
No shit. I got that going for me too.
Yeah. No, I think that's great. Well, no, you're a, what are you?
I'm one of them high riskers.
Oh.
I'm a high risker.
Well.
You can see I haven't shaved, and good Lord.
God almighty. That's
what are you talking about? Let's see that. Let's see that fucking slab of bacon on your head. I see more hair on a slab of bacon.
There's some hair up there. Leave it alone.
Okay.
You know what? Here's what I tell you. Next time I design myself, I'll make sure I got more fucking hair. How's that suit you?
Good idea.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. If I could redesign myself, there's a whole shitload of stuff I'd do.
Well, yeah. Who wouldn't? And next time, hair will be one of them. I didn't know I was. Fuck up. Yeah, that's Blueberry over there. Oh, you forgot your hair. Oh.
How are you to know? Who knows? There's all kinds. You hear about reincarnation and people. Have you ever heard of that going through? They'll die, then come back, and then die, and then come back, and till they hit this certain level of enlightenment. Like the Lama.
So okay, yeah, the Lama.
Yeah,
so like if you said, okay, 1 through 5, 7, 8, until 10. Let's give it a 10 scale.
Okay.
So where's the general population? Let's just say the world. Where's the in total?
Okay. Now this is being optimistic.
Okay.
Because I'm an optimistic person. 2.
2. Well, I guess
And,
so, right? I mean,
and some of them summer teeth down there where you're from, some
yeah,
there, some
yeah,
ain't.
yeah.
Uh, one, and some might even be reversed. Now I don't want to talk about. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah, that's just
Oh, hey, so
joking. I
starting to
don't have.
worry about you there. I was starting to
I
worry about you.
shit. I just a joke.
Well, it's okay. So, well, how can you say what the world is? We really don't know. So, but rate yourself. Rate
I think
yourself.
I'm a one.
You're a one?
I'm a one.
Oh no, I would have thought differently than that. That surprises me.
Well, no, that's just how I am. I'm being modest. I'm a one, somewhere between 1 and 10.
Somewhere. Okay. I got it. You got a range in there.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
this. She was just she was a big girl,
Just-
and I said. She said, well, I could stand to lose maybe 5 pounds. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe somewhere between 5 and 50.
Oh God. Hey, you're horrible.
Well, and this is when I was single and my mom had set me up with her. And so I go out on a date with her and,
Yeah. Who
so
hasn't been set up before, right?
yeah. So I come home and my mom says, well, now, honey, she's got a big heart. And I said, yeah, that motherfucker might have weighed 40 pounds, but she weighed about 500
Nice.
pounds.
Oh,
She had a heart that was
hey.
probably that big.
Holy Jesus.
That was telling the truth.
Okay, you're fat shaming now. You're fat shaming.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that. I'm just telling you
Excuse him,
what happened.
folks. He can't help it. There's some kind of deal in there that triggers, and he does stuff like that. We try to help him.
Well, damn it, I know what the problem is.
Here, now we're finding out. Now we're finding out.
It's a
Holy
medicine
crap! The
bug.
medicine you need. What do you call that when you're? Is this the legendary
Booster.
booster?
This would be a booster
Well, let me just tell you.
because initially I had nearly smoked myself into oblivion. So I would call this a booster.
Well, let me ask you. Now, this all originated some time back, and the doctor gave you this prescription, and your medical card, you wear it around your neck now, as I understand.
Yeah.
And
See,
but
did you see that?
what was it?
Did you see that?
No, I didn't see it.
I motherfucker. I rubbed my eye with my finger.
That's it. You got Cronus now. You're fine.
But thank God I put that on first.
So you washed your hands.
Damn right I did.
Well,
Almost fooled you, didn't I?
no, but you
I
got
was just seeing if you was watching.
you can't be too careful.
And I'm thinking about this. Now, I got a little granddaughter now.
I heard about that.
And it's
Congratulations. Congratulations, Grandpa.
I started having children when I was 14 years old. I'm very young. I'm 38 years old now.
Oh, I thought you started like
great.
35. I thought you were 35.
My little granddaughter is going to see me when she grows up and say, I want to see this YouTube video.
Yeah.
Well, now she's going to say, he's fucked up. What's wrong with him?
What happened to him? Yeah. It'll be beep, 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 beep. The whole thing will be just like beeped out. She'll barely hear 2 words you say in a sentence. Your fault, too.
Maybe I should change that.
I think you should. I think you should, Ace. You should feel really bad right now. I mean, real bad.
I do. And, like my mom said it, she said, if you're going to say a bad word, don't say that bad word. instead of just say, "Oh, bird."
Oh, bird.
Yeah, that was her word for a bad word was bird.
I never heard that before. That's interesting. I mean, go down that rabbit hole for
Okay,
us.
just
Yeah.
a second now. Let me get this bird
Oh,
down.
you, oh, that's the soda pop, and that's the elixir. Yeah. Oh, chase it with a little soda pop.
It's called mixing. That's called mixing inside. It saves you the glass.
Ace. That's some of the funniest shit I ever saw right
Well, I mean, it does save you glass, and good bourbon. You don't.
there.
I mean, you don't drink. You don't mix it with. Let Coke and water dilute it.
Yeah, but I just seen you drink some Coke twice.
No, that's after I done let this enjoy its way all the way down my palate.
Oh, got it. Got it.
And then this was just like the little hot cows they bring you when you eat lobsters.
Oh,
Icing on the cake.
gotcha. So I thought you had a dog.
A dog.
Yeah, didn't you have a dog?
Well, you know that I was thinking about this last night.
Huh.
Now Carly's got a dog, and I would just soon, we're not pals.
You're not pals, huh?
We're not pals. But I had a dog, and I was trying to think of what. I remember the dog's name, but I was trying to think about what age I was when I got the dog. So I remember I named the dog Roach Cliff.
You named it Roach Cliff.
Roach Cliff. So I must have been about 13. I guess. But Roach Cliff had, I come home from school, and Roach Cliff had bit into the water coolers. We didn't have air conditioners. We had water coolers, swamp coolers back then.
Yeah.
And on the outside of the house where the cord went in, he'd bit in, and he was just as stiff as a board.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, that son of a bitch, he'd bit into the cord, and it stiffed him. I mean, he wasn't shaking or anything. He was just stiff. So I ran inside, unplugged him.
Oh, God. Like 30 seconds later,
and come back outside, and he was a little bit, didn't know what to think, but he pulled out of it. The son of a bitch, he made it. Now, can you imagine? Who knows? He may have been laying there shocking for hours.
Oh, Lord God. How does heart keep beating?
Who knows? It was a miracle. It may have been because his name was Roach Cliff.
Oh,
that's a true story. I'm telling you.
Good God. Well, thank goodness for you.
Well, yeah. Who wants to lose your dog? When he was a little fella, just a little bitty cat, I came home, and Carly had got the shaving cream out and had covered him from head to toe in shaving cream.
Oh.
And I said, Carly, what in the hell have you done to the cat?
Oh, Jesus, Ace.
And she goes, he got the shaving cream again. I'm sorry, not my fault. I'm saying this cat don't even have a thumb. He can't even push down on the goddamn thing.
Oh,
poor old cat.
The cat gets in the shaving cream every once in a while, right?
That's what the claim was.
Yeah.
And then I remember Carly took some money. She took some money from me.
Oh, yeah, we're getting there.
And then went to school and bought a bunch of shit at school. I mean, just the crap, a thumb bob and a
pencil, about 10 erasers with little stuff on it.
Yeah.
And shit. Yeah.
And I was needing, and I was waiting for my paycheck, and I needed some money, to buy supper. Carly, what the heck?
Tough times, right?
Yeah. Well, she says, the cat had stolen.
What?
Now, no shit. But she said the cat took that money, and then she reversed her story.
Oh, yeah, yeah. She wasn't. Well, you know what? That's a sign of a good person.
Well, I guess so.
Yeah, yeah.
But I wasn't.
What it reversed to? To the truth, or?
Well, of course, the cat is not a thieving, lying cat because he is a noble, steed, Sterling General Sterling Price.
Yeah, yeah. With a P. Price.
Yeah,
Yeah. The price is right.
that's right, General Sterling Price. He's a noble cat.
A noble cat. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good kind of cat right there.
Well, it's the only
So,
kind of cat to have.
well, it dang sure is. But you mentioned I don't know when that you had a new one in training under the general there.
Yeah, Mr. Pickles.
Mr. Pickles. How you ever going to keep a straight face on that one?
I don't know, but I don't think he'll never come up to the quality of General Price because he, General Price has in human terms, he went through Valley Forge, and then he was at Pea Ridge, and then he went through the Gettysburg, and then got thrown in the friggin' Vietnam War.
Damn.
That's how much you've been through all of that.
Jesus.
It was not his first rodeo. That cat, how I name him Simba is why I say Simba, because that's how I get him up on the bed, like Tarzan did.
You got him up from the bed?
Well, to get him to come up here and lay down.
Oh, you need a cat. You need a cat up in bed with you.
Yeah, because Tarzan would say he'd get on top of his little elephant named Simba.
Yeah.
Nakiba Simba was actually the elephant's name.
Hey, Ace,
and say, up Simba, up Simba. And then look, right there, back off. I got to be careful the way I say it because that cat takes that as a,
Oh, you got it trained.
Oh, hell.
Look, I got some interesting news for you. There's I see some kind of tail wagging behind you, above you. Like up on a windowsill or something. It's either a furry snake or a cat's tail. It's a cat.
That is Mr. Pickles.
Mr. Pickles.
Come here, Mr. Pickles.
So, anything else I need to know before we cut out?
Has it been an hour?
Heavens no, we're like 30 minutes from an hour. I'm just trying to get you going.
Shit, I'm done way past going.
Where are you then? You done gone?
I was just trying to figure that out since 11 o'clock this morning. Where the fuck am I?
Ace, you okay down there? Or, well, yeah, you got to. You know what? There's some psychological benefits I read about today on the internet.
I may be having that. Yeah, I may be having that cabin fucking crazy. I'm going cabin crazy.
Ace, I think you done already flew up in there.
I think I fell out of the tree up there too.
So cabin fever.
Yeah.
Listen, you've already helped most of the people in this country. With a benefit for mankind, we called it in the last episode or the episode for that. You've had, you've helped people, and today you've helped people with public service announcements and how, you're not only giving people great ideas, but you were basically helping the entire community around where you live.
Well, let's just say that's how I roll.
Let's go ahead. So with all of that though, seriously, I mean, what do you do here? What do you do? I mean, you're holed up. I mean, we both been holed up before. What do you do? I mean,
Well, you go through a whole list of shit you do, you know, but trying to stay busy with shit, I'm not real big on that.
Ah,
I don't want to go out and fix the water hose. I don't. Shit, I'd rather pay $10 to have somebody fix it as for me to walk out there and mess with it.
so I get it. So you just want to, you're good. Let's just call it you're good.
Well, let's just say that this is not abnormal for me to have to shelter in this position.
Ah,
Now, as you can see, there's this wonderful, well, it's a very comfortable feather brass bed that I sat in.
yeah, yeah. I'm
Now,
sure.
it's not because I'm convalescent.
No, it wouldn't be.
It's because I say to everybody that don't have one of these, too bad. Go get you one. You'd be sitting here too if you had one.
Don't you know it? Don't you know it?
Because it is comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you get old like me, you're gonna do what? Who gives a? You're gonna do whatever the fuck you want. That's one thing about getting old. You know it.
Old? I thought you were 38.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, that's right. Well, actually, tell a family secret. I look 38.
Oh.
But sometimes, now I'll tell you what's kind of weird. Now, this is what's weird about getting old.
What? What's that, Ace?
I don't think I look that bad. But now I'll see some of my old girlfriends, and it's good God Almighty, what happened to you? Were you in a wreck?
Oh, Jesus.
And I mean, that is being light.
Oh, hell, Ace. Now, come on.
Well, I mean, I go and look, and their boobs look like socks with sand in them.
Jesus.
Well, I'm telling you the truth. And
Yeah.
then when you hear that their ass is falling.
Oh,
you ever heard that term?
hell.
The ass is falling.
The
Well,
ass.
I've seen some of them dragging the ground. Big enough for, well, hell, little kids can ride on the back of it.
Hey,
like a sled.
Oh, my God.
Well, it is. Now, I mean, that is a problem. You can't say that you haven't seen it. Now, you can't overlook it and say, well, that you're being blah, blah, blah. And that. Now, kiss my ass. They are way, way wrong for being that way.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, they are.
Oh.
Well, let me say this. Would you rather me say this? That's the new style, and it's fab. It looks fab to have an ass as wide as an axe handle and a plug of chewing tobacco. Oh, I like that. That's the new thing. Yes. Oh, that's what I'm looking for. If it gets around to that shit, shoot my ass. If that's the new style and everybody likes it, shoot me. I'm ready to go.
Ace. Well,
Yeah.
listen.
Okay.
All right. Now, some people have challenges with that.
Yeah. Oh shit! Walk into a Walmart, you'll see a fucking lot of challenging people. But there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Oh God!
Now, and I say this in a good way. Can you hear me? Well,
Roger that. I got a good copy on you.
Okay, I hit the wrong button. Blank myself out. Send me get back before I had to head tail your ass.
Oh God Almighty, help us all.
Now I'm being joking. I'm not going to head tail hang that cat, but I will kick that son of a bitch over the fence if he shits in my house.
Oh God!
This cat here. Now let me tell you about General Sterling Price.
Okay.
He knows. He's jumped out of a 2-story window. He has been through. Hell, Carly put him in a chest of drawers for a full day. half full of clothes. Now this thing nearly suffocated.
Well, you know, I imagine
Now,
a cat would kind of like that.
well, let me tell you about Simba. He would rather blow up than shit in the house.
Oh, so that's a good cat.
Yeah, he would rather physically blow up
And die. It'd be end
and
of.
die than shit in the house because he knows that the ramifications could be devastating.
Oh, hey, it's where you come up with this shit. That's some
See,
funny
people are
shit.
going to think I'm a cat hater, but here I am. I got two of them. Mr. Pickles right down there, and what I'm hoping for is Mr. Pickles jump up here on the bed, and General Sterling Price, who's not real keen on Mr. Pickles,
Ah,
he's already got wind of this bastard's trying to take my job.
ah. Well,
So,
who would like that shit?
well, not. I guarantee you, General Price ain't digging it at all.
Good for the general. Good for the general.
Now, Mr. Pickles is thinking he's just getting braver every day.
Ah,
But the
so there's
general,
bound to be the ultimate showdown at this point. It's bound to happen. It's going to happen.
oh, it's already happened.
Oh, it has.
Oh, the general will put his hand on the head of Mr. Pickles and then slap him like a little bitch.
Oh, God. Okay, the general still reigns supreme then.
Well, he does.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's a good thing, I
And you can
guess.
see Mr. Pickles is
Hey,
being,
Mr. Pickles, what are you doing, kitty cat?
he's being awful brave getting up here with General Price in the
Oh,
bed.
the bed's not big enough for two kitties.
Oh, no. General will get up, slowly walk over, slap the shit out of the cat, and he'll leave. Mr. Pickles will go hide off in the closet,
Ah,
as well he should.
well, I honestly, from hearing all the stuff that the general has been through, can't hardly blame Mr. Pickles much.
No, I can't blame him at all for trying to be
No
brave.
kidding.
There's a big difference between being brave and completely fucking stupid.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, big
You
difference.
know,
Big difference.
I think he realizes that the general here would stomp his liver out and eat it, and he's just barely tolerating this little bastard.
Oh, Jesus.
And this other little cat's hoping for Mr. General to die, but he's a tough cat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So if there's cat lovers out there that thinks I'm being mean to cats, oh hell, I got two of them.
Well, you got one wagging his tail right behind your head again.
Well, I got a replacement in case things go sour.
Hey, I remember a story now. Something we talked about, and you know what? It deserves to be talked about again.
Okay.
Remember that time that we were at a kind of a college party out of town? Oh, wait, no, it was at your school. And
At college?
we won't mention the names. We won't mention names. Your college.
Okay.
And we ended up going and touring a funeral home.
Well, now you got to realize this: the funeral home was not only a tour, but it was my bachelor party. I was getting married.
No, I don't really.
We had I had my bachelor party down there we're at college,
Memories
and then about 2:00 in the morning, we decided to go do a tour of a $1.98 tour of the funeral home.
Yeah.
And I believe there was, I'm pretty sure there was mushrooms involved.
Jeez. Well, I can let me just tell you this. I was freaked out in that deal. I was freaked the fuck out.
You were?
I was. You were too.
Fuck, I didn't even know where I was at till I saw that stiff down there.
Oh God. Yeah.
My God. And there was I'm not shooting you. There had to be about 7 of us in there, maybe 8.
Yeah.
And then we had our lighters, and we were like leading our way through the dark.
Yeah, through the caskets that were open with people in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I remember it. And
No.
it was a pretty nice funeral home.
Yeah.
And then I heard somebody said, "Oh fuck, the carpet's on fire."
Yeah. No, wait, you're the one that set it on fire.
Well, and I heard you say, "Oh, not to worry."
Yeah.
Don't worry. And then
Awesome.
and then you poured a can of beer on it.
Yeah.
Well, come to find out, let's just call him Jim for television's sake. Got in a lot of trouble over that.
I can well imagine. I could
Because you
well.
don't fucking burn holes in the carpet and go walking through the fucking funeral home in the middle of the night at 2 o'clock in the morning. It's not the normal thing to do.
No. And you know what? It could have been worse than that. I mean, somebody could have tripped and knocked those caskets and shit over like dominoes. And then it would have really been bad.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine what kind of traumatization it would have been?
Oh, listen, it was horrible. It was horrible.
It already traumatized me. I have nightmares over it still to this day.
Yeah, I think I got, every once in a while I get the shakes, and that might be it.
And good God, were we out of our effing mind? I can imagine anything more. You know, let's go sneak into the brick factory and watch them make bricks.
Yeah.
You know. And from that to let's take a tour through the funeral home. You know, it's a bit of a ways difference.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know. I think it was just plain craziness. But it was okay. It was okay.
Well, it turned out okay.
Well, we lived through it. You know, that's the way I always look at things in my past. If I lived through it, it was okay.
Yeah.
Because when I fell out of that tree 40 foot tall and lived through it, it was okay.
Well, they used to say about you, Ace, he fell out of a tree 40 foot tall and hit his head on a rock.
Well, I did. I still got the knot right there, but that was from a tricycle accident I had.
Oh my God! I thought you had that from something else last time.
No, I was riding. I was about 7 or 8 years old riding a tricycle down in the damned building.
Oh, jeez.
And I started going too fast. I couldn't stop. I was going about 50 miles an hour.
Oh, damn.
And I couldn't stop. And I mean, when I did stop, I couldn't put my hands out in front of me. So I did a facer on the damn cement, a header.
So why could you not put your hands out in front of you?
Well, I was just a fucking dumbass kid. No.
Oh, they won't work. I can't put them out in front of me. Bam, face plant.
Something like that. It went something like that.
Oh, that's great, Ace. That's great. Yeah. So, man, those were the days, weren't they? Back in those days, man.
Well, they really were.
Yeah.
Because it was the good old days. Back then, I look back on it and say, although I was a middle child.
Yeah.
And I was fucked. I had
you were beaten. You were beaten most of the time. Just like taking out and beating.
I accept that.
Oh, okay.
And I probably deserved it a lot of the time.
Well, most of the time, yeah.
But nowadays, it's different for kids. You don't do it that way no more.
Oh.
And that's what the problem is.
Oh, what's the problem?
Well, yeah, you what would you do? A little kid takes a magic marker, writes on the wall, and you go, "Oh, poo, it's going to be timeout for you." And let's go put them in timeout. Now, what our parents would do first, they would, you know, beat the living shit out of us, slap us to death. And then after that, then they would hand us a bucket and water and say, clean that shit up, and it better be perfect.
It better be not a freaking drop of anything remaining. It was like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not that way anymore. It's all. And then some parents would say, oh, they're trying to be creative. You know, my parents would say, oh, I'll create you. Bam! It hit me right on top of the head with a fucking rock. That's about as creative as that was.
Yeah. Well, you got to set your boundaries.
There is no creativity in like that.
No.
And being old like we are, we know what's creative and what is not. You know, my mom, she would take a switch and she wouldn't know any better, I guess, but she would actually put like lashes you would get on a ship back in the old days.
Yeah, and you didn't want too many of those.
No, she would lash you.
Yeah, well, a switch to the legs. Everybody,
no
our generation have had many lashes by switches to the legs. Good Lord.
I can remember nearly every day we'd come home. There'd be Mom. We'd come home late. She'd be standing out there on the front porch, got a water hose in her hand and a switch in the other.
Yeah.
And she'd spray us down with the water hose and then just beat the shit out of us with the switch.
There's your women for the day.
Whether we needed it or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next.
And that stuff don't happen no more. It's let me give you time. Let's go to timeout. I'm going to take your favorite iPad away from you.
You'll have to use the old black one now that's 3 weeks old.
Yeah, you're going to have to use the old one now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm out on all that stuff.
Well, thank God don't have to raise children right now, because God, you'd be in jail.
I think it'd be a good idea that I did.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because when I was raised, I remember my great-grandma,
great-grandfather,
my great-grandma, my dad's grandma.
Yeah.
And she had a stroke, and she was about 140 years old. Maybe she wasn't that old, but she was pretty old.
She was old.
And I was acting up in front of her. I knew she'd had a stroke, and and I was goofy in front of her.
Yeah,
she took her fucking cane and hit me in the head. She knew that much.
Well,
she wasn't so fucked up. She knew, oh, he's being a smartass. Bam! And beat me in the fucking head with a cane.
Well, let me just tell you, that not only explains a lot, but you're the one that probably got in trouble for it.
I deserved that and much, much more for doing that. But now kids nowadays do something like that, wouldn't get no trouble at all.
No.
Oh, you're not being very nice to your grandma. Come on now.
Yeah. You
tell
your grandma you're sorry.
Yeah, parents wouldn't get involved. When a grandparent got involved,
hell.
You know you're going to get a good beat, because they're going to show your parents how to beat. They're going to be saying, you've been doing it way wrong. Let me show you how. They just knock the living shit out of it.
Well, let me tell you, Hazel does that, but not me. Let's take a break here, and we'll join up here after we hear from my sponsors. God bless everyone. What were you talking about a while ago?
I can't remember. I got this short-term memory thing going on.
Oh, that's great, Ace.
I ain't for sure what it is, but I want to get back. Now we're actually, this is kind of a. Now that I think about it, this is kind of a video diary.
I guess it really is, isn't it?
That is of utmost important because it goes back 3 generations.
Oh, I know.
And
I say it goes all the way back to before the beginning.
I mean, all the way back to uh, Plymouth Rock.
Oh no, before the beginning, when there was nothing but a a fluffy broth across the earth.
Good God, you got some good shit you got must
Not good shit at all.
You're gonna have to
I'm just
share.
kidding you. I'm trying to help the mood of the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm thinking something here, and it's upset me a little bit. Well, not upset me, but made me start thinking that there's a problem,
Oh,
and it's with our youths today.
our Utes.
Yes,
The Utes.
the youths.
Gotcha. The Utes.
But
The people from Utah.
no, the youth of today does not know. They haven't been trained.
Oh.
You know, that's what the problem is. They haven't been trained.
I'm going to have to think about that one.
Well, what are they going to do? They're going to, you know what they're going to do? They're going to do this. I'm afraid they're going to sit back. We're going to get old. I mean, real old.
Yeah.
And they're going to say, Soylent Green.
So you're thinking that you and I will be Soylent Green one of these days.
Yes. And I think our kids will say, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
They didn't have to go to the bitter end. They would have wanted it that way.
Yeah, they would have just, you know, you would have been lived and he's old enough, turn him into fucking candy or something.
Candy,
Yeah.
wrap him up. He can be chocolate and strawberry.
Sure.
Oh,
That's what I'm scared of because I'm afraid that there is no conscience.
oh,
Now back when say our great grandparents were alive. Now their parents got old. You know what they did?
oh.
They took care of them.
Well,
You couldn't send them to no old folks home,
well,
could you?
no, I guess you couldn't. Well, they didn't even have old folks' homes back then, did they?
Yeah, they didn't. Yeah. It was
They
just a
just like
given.
kicked them to the curb, or the old Catwoman died, or whatever,
No, they took care of them.
Oh, they took care of them. Who
Yeah.
took care of them? Who's they? Who are you calling they?
Well, the general public,
Oh.
the decent public would
The
take care of their,
general public.
yeah, they take care of their elderly.
Hmm.
But nowadays, kids will say, "Well, I got an idea that sounds good.
Oh,
Put them in the rest home.
hey, that's a good point.
Put them in the old rest home." And you know what I say to them?
What?
I'm going to spend every penny of their inheritance at the casino. How about that? Smoke that in your fucking pipe.
Oh.
I'll show their ass.
Now, see, that's funny.
I
Maybe.
mean, I don't give a shit. I'm thinking, now here's my deal. If I, when I die, I want to be cremated, and you can put my ashes in the cat box. I don't care.
Well, that's kind of how I feel.
But as far as leaving a big inheritance to my kids, well, if there's any left.
Yeah.
And I'm promising you, you give me a couple of years of living, there may not be.
Well, you know what? I think kids they'll get it. I have faith in the younger generations.
Well,
I think things like this are is going to define them. Like the generation that was in the 9/11 deal, in that
yeah.
general area. I think it defined that generation, and I think this deal we got going on right now may very well define this generation.
It could. Our generation, we were like rebellious dirt hippies. We were, the establishment, the man was putting us down. Remember? What did our parents think of all that shit?
I don't know. Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Right back over there behind you, your right shoulder, is that the general?
Yeah. And every time I reach over and touch him, he goes, like, what the fuck do you want?
They're nocturnal creatures. They sleep in the daytime. And
Not this one.
Yeah, well, he's fought a few battles.
He sleeps approximately 22 hours a day.
He's tired.
And eats and shits the rest of the time.
Oh, General Price.
But there's not a mouse a fucking 100 yards of this house. That son of a bitch would kill a 3-foot rat. He is a mouser. And look at his ears. If you look at his ears, kind of, and he's kind of hard to look at, but he's half lynx.
Is that what that is? Half lynx.
Actually, he was a tabby cat that bred with a lynx. And don't piss him off, because he'll come at you like a fucking crazy rabbit.
Get you by the neck, huh?
Bite your whole head off. He's just a little bunny.
Yeah, that he is. Oh man, Ace.
But let me tell you, Ace. The thing is this, Sharky. That when we was growing up, it wasn't that bad. When I look at it, it wasn't that bad. Kids nowadays would say it would be like living hell for them. But for us, it wasn't that bad.
I guess we all, kind of adapt to our environment. That happens. Yeah, I agree.
I think it was a very learning environment, a very intelligent, a very smart way to learn it that had been going on for years, up until about 1985, and that's when it changed.
What happened then?
Well, you just can't. You had to go poo poo pee pee on everything.
What in the hell does that mean?
Well, like I remember when I was in the 5th grade.
Yeah.
This girl, and you remember, let's call her Pam. The teacher, she was talking in class. The teacher reached over her head like that and went, bam, and slapped her in the face.
She deserved it.
She deserved every bit of it. But nowadays, that shit don't happen.
Oh, no.
And, but, and without a doubt, she deserved every bit of it.
Yeah.
And I think it taught her a good lesson.
Right over the top of her head.
And unfortunately, lessons are sometimes painful and embarrassing. But
did she get it?
Oh yeah, she got it okay.
Well, good.
She didn't. You could hear a mouse pissing on cotton after that teacher slapped her. She wasn't.
I imagine.
Wasn't gonna say anything. But now, we was talking about that teacher. And, I had this teacher, and I had a bad go with her in the 1st grade. And she hated me. I'm not going to say her name, but
she must have hated somebody in your family.
Well, she hated me. I know that. And I don't want to say her name, but let's just go by Miss Motherfucker. And so we're getting a big spat in the first grade. My mom was the head of the PTA, and gets the old heifer knocked out of the first grade, thrown up to the fourth grade because she wasn't good with first grade children. So me staying at the same place I stayed at, I had the motherfucker again in the fourth grade, and she hated me even worse then.
That's great, Ace.
Now, I wanted to be, more than anything in the world, I wanted to be a, what did they call them? A Kiwanis Club junior policeman. What were they called?
Yeah, junior police. You got to wear the badge and
you wear the badge and
harness
everything.
Yeah.
Well, that son of a bitch stopped me from being that because she thought I guess she thought I was too corrupt. That I would have been a corrupt police junior policeman.
I think you'd have been on the take.
Who's to say?
So what happens when you're a junior policeman and you're on the take? Do you just like?
Well, I guess you get candy and lunch money and shit.
That's some good stuff.
But you got to be a junior police. And Ron got to be a junior police.
Yeah.
I took it up the ass. They would not allow me to be a junior police. And, I was real inquisitive. It's like a family tradition forever. Everybody had been a junior police. I even think my mom was a junior police. And she went to school back in 1918 or something. But I got cheated out of it. Because I had called this particular teacher a bitch.
Well, and it just hung with you.
Well, this is what she did. Now, let me get, you would have done the same thing. She writes on the board and all. She goes, okay, recess time. Everybody goes outside. She goes, no, not you, Bobby. You will rewrite this on the board. She'd write this writing on the board and cursive, and I'd have to, I'd write it on paper and I'd turn it in. So I wrote it on paper and turned it in. She goes, nah, do it again. And all my friends are outside playing.
Yeah, they're just out there having a good time.
So I turned around and I said, you bitch. Not thinking she heard me.
Oh.
Well, that motherfucker could hear a mouse pissing on cotton. She spun around on me and she goes, I heard you. I heard you.
That's great, man.
Well, listen, I knew I was pretty much jacked then.
And you were in the first grade.
No, I was in the third grade, and the principal was my uncle, my cousin, or whatever the hell he was.
Whatever. Good Lord.
So the very next day, I knew she was going to rat on me, going to go tell him. So I knew I was going to get paddled.
Yeah.
So I put on first I put on 3 pairs of underwear and 1 pair of gym shorts and then my pants.
You were going to pat her up just a bit.
Yeah, just to kind of soften it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So he takes me into her room in front of the class, in front of everybody, and bends me over, and he gives me a whack with that damn paddle of his.
Oh, yeah?
And instead of making a snapping sound, it went, thud. He goes, nah, this ain't nah, I've seen this one before.
Oh, I bet he had.
He took me to the bathroom, made me take off all the extra pair except for 1 pair of underwear and my pants. Took me back to the class and beat my ass lifted me off the ground 5 times. And there was that teacher going, yeah, what do you have to say?
Yeah. How's that feel? How's that
I'm
feel?
beat half to death in front of my whole class, you know. You couldn't cry. It
No.
hurt so bad.
Yeah.
You just had to kind of like, you know, oh, it was terrible. But I lived through it. And to tell the truth, I probably deserved it.
Yeah. There's no doubt about that.
You probably don't call your teacher a bitch.
Yeah, you probably don't. And ever hope to be a junior police.
Well, no, yeah. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And that could have possibly, if I remember right, could have happened before the choosing of the junior police happened. So I was kind of X'd out to go. You know.
Man, ace.
So I've had a hard life.
Well, oh man.
And I can go back further than that. In the first grade, you know, they had the school mascot. Now, do you remember that?
I don't.
Well, the school mascot for the Junior Olympics, you remember them?
Yeah.
Had to be the fastest kid in the first grade.
Oh, hell.
On the 100-yard dash.
Cheers to that.
So I happened to be wearing your shoes that day that were about 3 sizes too big for me.
My shoes?
Yeah, I had stole them or something. Who knows? But I was wearing your shoes, and I couldn't run in them shoes, of course.
Oh.
So I kicked off them shoes, and I ran the 100-yard dash and beat everybody.
Let's say that boy is fast.
Yes. And that friggin' teacher, the same bitch that hated me from everything, in the first grade, she goes, nope, you got to run in them shoes you're wearing. She canceled out my winnings and made me run in them shoes, and I came in second then.
Damn.
Well, you tell me if that's not taking it square up the ass.
Well, what could you do? I'm just trying to think through all the scenarios. What'd you do to piss her off in the first grade?
Well, what actually happened was this kid, and I'll tell you who he was, and you won't believe this when I tell you. Have you heard of Mickey Rourke?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he was born in Shawnee.
He was.
And went to the same school that we went to.
He did.
That kid was jumping up and down, and we was at the water fountain, and he had scraped my eye real bad.
Oh.
But that teacher wouldn't let me go home or call home and say that I was jacked up. Well, my mom was pissed off, and she was headed to PTA, so she went to school, and, you know, all shit hit the fan.
Oh.
So they moved her to the 4th grade, and, of course, I had to deal with her again. Not realizing that I would have to deal with this vicious woman that hated me with every bone in her body.
So Mickey Rourke, the actor,
Went to our school. Well, that's just like what's his name? Was born there in Shawnee at the ACH. What's that famous actor?
Billy Bob Thornton.
No, shit. I don't think you say that.
Billy Don Hilbert.
Billy Don Hilbert. No, that was married to Aniston.
Oh, yeah.
That dude.
Yeah.
He was born in Shawnee, you know.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, at the ACH.
ACH. What the, yeah.
Do you remember that?
I was born there.
At the ACH?
No, I was born at Baxter Hospital.
The one that was beside the Aldrich Hotel is the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's where I was born, right there.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, right there.
I'll be damned. Ain't you something?
I'm famous.
Well, you must be. Well, that is just something else. Man. Well, bless your little heart.
Well, listen, we need to think about when we gather up next time talking about that hotel you just mentioned.
The Aldrich Hotel.
Oh my God.
I lived there.
I know you did.
Let me tell you, I have covered a lot of territory in my time.
I know you
I was, you could say I was an apartment or hotel critic. Because I spent the time in every one of them. But staying at the Aldrich Hotel now, that was, well, that had to take it all, because of course the hotel was haunted. It was built in 1909. They had a giant ballroom on the very top floor. You know,
That's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't modern at all. It was just like it was back in the old days.
Yeah, it was rooms. The rooms back there were different than rooms now. Rooms now, you need a nice bathroom area and shower, and you need a little area for the ice thing. Who gets ice? Who gets?
Have any of that
you get ice in a hotel? When you go to a hotel, do you fill your ice bucket up?
Well, yeah, sometimes.
Well, anyhow, there they are, right?
Yeah. And you know, it's 9 stories high, this whole building.
Yeah.
And on the top floor was this piano where the ballroom is. Now, they used to have old things up there back in the 20s.
Really?
Yeah. They would, you know, before the Depression and the market crash and all that, they had big parties up there on top of the 9th floor. I mean, on the top floor, the penthouse of the hotel.
Hey, in the heyday.
Yes. It was just like, to me, it was like that movie, The Shining. And I went up there and I would jump through that. I would have to crawl across on the 9th floor and jump across over to the other window to get into the ballroom, because the doors to the ballroom were locked.
Yeah.
And didn't you go up there with me one time?
Yeah, I did.
Now, wasn't that neat?
It was neat. It was neat. Man, wouldn't that have been a cool old hotel to restore and bring back to its old glory?
Oh, man. And then, you know, of course, I had the little step, the bar that was underneath the hotel. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. No.
You don't remember that?
Mm-hmm.
When you came out there towards the Masonic Lodge, that side, if you walk to the left towards the ACH hospital, there was some steps that went down to, there was a bar down there that was underneath the hotel.
Oh, heck.
No,
was it open or closed?
It was wide. It was open. I remember it.
Oh, so
I went down there when it was open.
Oh, okay.
When I was staying there for my short little stint.
Yeah. That's great.
Good Lord. Let me tell you, going from the outhouse, from the shit house to the penthouse, I've done it. Yeah, I'm not shitting you, I have. And then jumped off the penthouse and went right down to the shit house, and then climbed the ladder up to the penthouse and jumped off again.
Why wouldn't you?
You know how far the difference is? That's how close the penthouse is from the shit house.
Not that far?
About that far.
I can't. Maybe a half inch?
Can you see that?
About a half inch?
Yeah, about half an inch.
Okay.
That's how close the penthouse is to the shit house.
Seems further apart than that to me. Yeah. You needed a booster shot.
Because you haven't hit the shit house.
Who? What now?
You've had a god dang silver spoon in your mouth since you was about 8 years old.
No, before I was born.
Before you was born.
Yeah, I had one in my mouth.
Now, I had nothing.
You didn't have a thing. You're just a no dirty dog.
I was beat. That's all I know.
That's some funny shit, Ace.
Well, this is the truth. You know, I can
But
remember so many
poor
times.
boy
You know,
beat half to death. Look at him. So what's wrong with him
yeah.
now? That's what's
Yeah.
wrong with you.
Well, when I think of my mom with them switches, now that took, you know, I can't imagine of beating my kids with a switch that would, once it hit you, it would wrap around you like an extension cord.
Good Lord. Why would
And,
you do such a thing?
oh yeah, yeah, and then
Oh,
and then I seen lashes that
lashes.
were they would bring a
Like
whelp up.
tie you up on something and just start. There's one. Whoosh, there's
No,
two.
no, because you'd be running.
Oh, okay.
And they would catch you on the run. So you might get a nick here, and then you might get a real good one in, and then you might get a little nick here, and who knows, if you trip and fell, you might get one across the face. You never knew. It was just all out, depending on what you did. And if you did something, and it was minor too. Little minor things, you know, could set a parent off back then. You know.
That's some funny shit right there, I'm telling you. So,
You know, my dad, he got to where I don't know, he kind of liked me and my brother fighting. Now, my mom didn't like it, but my dad he kind of liked to watch.
yeah, put the gloves on him.
Yeah, so he went, and so he figured, you know, we couldn't really bare knuckle it, so he went out and bought some 16-ounce boxing gloves.
Yeah, I remember.
That were like getting hit in the head with a fucking, you know, something weighed a pound, like getting hit in the head with a Coke can,
Yeah,
and
pretty much.
you know, a full Coke, and we would just beat the shit out of each other. And Dad would just go, "Well, hit him! Are you just gonna sit there and take that? Hit him!" You know, and we
Fighting
would
you
just
like they're fighting chickens or like they're fighting something else, you know.
something like that.
Yeah.
And it was
Oh,
just the norm.
that's funny.
Well, that's true. That was just
Oh, yeah. Well, you were beat as a child. We've established that position. People can know that.
y'all. We camped out that time out back behind the. Oh, yeah, that's when y'all got in trouble. I guess I was a bit of a rat, but
Oh, no, he wouldn't have been.
we camped out in the backyard, and you and Ron had about 2 o'clock in the morning. You could have been but 9 or 10 years old. Walked up to Buchanan's.
Yep.
And I woke up, and y'all left me there.
I lost you, Ace. You're kind of your head. Just all I can see is a tiny bit of it. There you go.
Oh, y'all left me there and took off to Buchanan's.
That's because you was asleep.
Well, when I woke up, I was scared.
Oh God.
So I went in the house and said, "Grandpa, what happened? Did aliens get them or something?" Oh shit! Did that start a chain of events that went bad?
Oh God. And we can't thank you enough for it.
I bet you can.
It's the way all bad things start.
You got beat, and Uncle Ron got a mohawk out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't walk to the corner grocery, right?
No, that was back when long hair was cool, and Dad just said, "I'll fix you. Sit down here. Let's do a little haircut."
Here, have a little mohawk.
Yeah, throw the mohawk on his ass.
Yeah, yeah.
And then make you go to school like that.
Yeah.
Good God, of all the things. Ron did come home with an F on his report card.
Oh.
And Dad took a bed slat.
Oh.
And he got his ass whooped with a bed slat.
Oh, hell.
I remember that.
Like a full swing, like it'd be bigger than a bat.
No, it wasn't a full swing, but it was a good whap. Got it 3 or 4 times with it.
Yeah.
And that was right after Ron had that. It wasn't too long after Ron had that deep butt laceration.
That's some great shit out there, Ace.
He had a deep butt laceration
Yes, he did.
because of that fucking wooden truck, or that truck that we had.
Oh, I know. It was wooden bed.
It was a wooden bed that had shards of fucking
Just sticked up on it all over.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you hit the brakes, and Ron's ass slid down and hit every shard, and had fucking pieces of wood in his ass that was that long.
That's some funny shit right there, Ace.
And we said, "Is he okay?" Oh, he just had deep butt laceration.
Yeah. Took him to the doctor and they had to dig large splinters out of his ass.
Oh yeah.
Butt cheeks. Let's call it his butt cheeks because I think that's what it was.
Well, when Ron was when he was fairly young, about 7, 8 years old, they could not give him a shot at the doctor's office.
What happened?
He'd go fucking nuts.
Oh.
So it'd take about everybody in the whole office to hold him down, and they'd give it to him through his pants.
Damn.
Because he would be screaming, and yeah, I mean, he didn't dig them shots too well at all.
Jesus.
And you know, the old doctors we had, they were just as dumb as the day is fucking long. Who knows what they were given? Up until about 1970, we were treated like they were in the 1870s.
Well, that's true.
With medical care.
Yeah, medical. The weekly bloodletting, you know,
well, it was
eat lots of raw liver. You know,
yeah, it was like, here, why don't you drink a little mercury and chew on this lead?
Yeah, it's good for you.
It's good for you.
Yeah. So you're sheltering in place.
Well, that I am. I gotta remember sometimes, my eyes go bad. And hell, I lit my cigarette right in here sometimes before. I don't know where the end of it is.
That's some funny shit, eh? So
well,
I don't care who you are. That's some funny shit.
If I'm drinking, it's probably not best to do it.
Oh my God.
Well, I haven't been drinking. I act like I have, but that is a tea. That's watercolored tea. I mean, it looks like it.
Oh.
And the big joke about me smoking the marijuana and all that stuff. Well, that's a joke too.
It's a lie.
Yeah, because I smoke one of these oil pens.
Oh, and it's filled with oil.
Marijuana oil. Good God, I mean, I'd rather have the Corona.
Good Lord, you gonna be okay there, Ace? That kind of stuff might hurt your lung. Oh, we lost the visual. Oh, there you go.
Well, it's like 130 proof. Cross your fucking eyes. Where am I?
Hey, you know what? I'm not sure that stuff's real good for you.
We're gonna see.
Yeah, we're gonna see if this keeps it away from you, and it's kind of like a test in your immune system test. And if this proves to be accurate, well, we might just have to patent it.
You never know.
Yeah.
You just never know.
Yep.
Now, I guess road we should be talking about.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
You got the mucus. The mucus is starting.
Oh fuck! You go to Walmart and you start coughing like that. Them motherfuckers will cut your nuts off. You'll have 5 old women, and they'll be over there with some fucking shears, pruning shears, cutting your nuts off.
Please save that thought of getting your nuts cut off until next episode.
With pruning shears.
Our sponsors, we love you, and press the subscribe button. Peace, grease, and what'd you say? How do you say it, Ace?
It goes love, peace, and bacon grease.
All right. Love, peace, and bacon grease, folks. Sayonara.
See you later.